But I never made it to law school. And I never got to see Paris in the spring, and I never got to stay over in Yellowstone because it was too crowded.
Young women are starting to realize that the life they were sold, the dream job and the corporate world, isn't working out the way they expected. Today, we're going to look at women searching for unusual job opportunities in 2026, caught between supply and demand. But before we get started, give the video a like and leave your comment below. Let's begin.
For everyone else who's looking for a job right now, I feel your pain. I never thought I would be 36 years old with, undergraduate degree from a UC school and a master's degree and legitimately unemployable. Yes, I slowed down my career in real estate the last 6 years to raise my kids, and that seems like I'm now, it doesn't matter. And I know that I took time off and that's on me, but it shouldn't mean that I can't even get a job anywhere. Why did I go to school? Why did I try so hard through high school to get into a good college? And then I worked my ass off in graduate school because I really enjoyed what I was finally learning, and basically all to be told, I should have done something else. And I'm, unemployable. It's just really... It's really depressing. And
oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
I just got back from an interview. Would you like to know how it went? Tell me why I get through almost the entire interview, right? I answer all this nice man's questions. We get to the very end, this guy, he looks at my resume, looks me up and down, and was like, we're really looking for people with at least 2 years of relevant experience. But wait, I forgot to mention, this job interview was at Chipotle. What kind of experience do you need to be working in Chipotle? Sorry, I didn't go to chicken scooping school. What? I don't even want this job. I just wanted some kind of income to pay the rent and afford the bills until I find a nice full-time job with my actual degree. But how cooked is the job market if I can't even get a job at Chipotle with a master's degree? And if it wasn't for my side hustles, doing UGC through side shifts, making content for brands, I would have no income. I would have no way to pay rent, groceries, or anything like that. And I did all the right things. I went to college and I got my master's degree and I did well in school. But I guess that's not enough.
I don't know if this 36-year-old woman is divorced, but this job market is insane. Some people have been unemployed for as long as 2 years, especially among the new generation of overqualified women. When there's such a high supply of degrees and so few jobs that actually match them, people end up applying for regular jobs they're clearly overqualified for. I'd even argue that for those kinds of positions, it's better not to mention that you went to college. If you do, the interviewer assumes you should be earning more because of that degree, and they often decide not to hire you in the first place.
Another day of crying on the internet because a job that I have interviewed for 3 times and really, really wanted, I didn't get. And it sucks, and I feel a lot of different emotions right now. I feel embarrassed and ashamed of myself because I gave it my all and they didn't want me, and I know the job market sucks, okay? I know. And I know the job market sucks and whatever, but it really takes a toll on your confidence when you keep applying and you interview and you get rejected in the final round. This has happened to me 4 times in the past month. Interviewing again and again and again and getting rejected, and I don't want it to seem like I'm complaining, but it takes a toll on you after a while, and it just fucking sucks, okay? And I never swear, but I just feel really upset right now, and I know I'm gonna be fine, but just the thought of starting over again and applying for jobs again and going through the whole interview process sounds terrible. So if you are in the job hunt, you're not alone.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
I just got denied from Walmart. As a cashier, I have a master's degree and I just got denied a minimum wage job. Let that sink in. How messed up is the job market that I went to school for 4 years and then I thought, let me just go get my master's, really solidify a spot in the job market for myself. Because America tells you, go get that higher education and you'll get that job. No worries, put yourself in hundreds of $1,000s of debt. Walmart won't accept me. If I wasn't able to find brand deals and make content on the side through side shifts, I literally would have no money to pay rent for groceries. I would have no way to live. Because even if I got a real job to use my degree, it probably wouldn't even pay me that much. Guys, what are we doing to make money right now? Like, spill me the secret sauce because I am in a lot of debt.
As you can see, women were sold the idea that the corporate world would be their ticket to a dream life. Then they reach their 30s and realize they don't have their dream job. They aren't making their dream salary, and they don't have a husband, let alone children. That's when the depression starts to set in. These women are educated and qualified. The problem is that nowadays there are too many qualified women competing for the same opportunities. When you're overqualified, employers often don't want to hire you, even for lower-paying jobs, because your resume is so strong that the interviewer assumes you'll leave as soon as something better comes along. So you end up with a huge number of educated women who have plenty of credentials, but little to no real work experience and massive amounts of debt.
Women.
God has had me unemployed for 9 months. Every time I try to apply for a job, I literally cannot get the job. Jobs that I have experience for, jobs that I've done before, jobs, I cannot get a job. Today I had an interview and the recruiter was like, yeah, it's going so good. He's like, you got a really fair chance. There's only one other person. You have more experience than them. And then he texts me later on after the interview. He's like, oh yeah, sorry, I just wanted to let you know you didn't get the job. And I'm really, really trying to hold the faith where I'm like, it's fine. When one door closes, another one opens. God is redirecting the rejection or whatever you say. But at the same time, there's still going to be that part of you where it's like, I'm bummed out. I want to get a job. I want life to change. I want to be able to know that I'm going to be able to pay my bills like in a couple months. You know what I mean? Like, even though I'm trying to trust God and know, okay, well, obviously he has something better for me. But at the same time, I'm just like, come on, it's just so disappointing. And it's like, well, if you don't want me working or doing this or that, then tell me what you want me to do in the meantime. Like, let me do something. Like, can we please get some money going here?
I have 2 bachelor's degrees, but I'm currently unemployed and I'm trying to find a job and I'm not able to find a job. I feel like if you are not currently looking for a job right now in today's job market, then you will not understand how actually hard it is to find a decent paying job. Even if you have all the credentials, I have 2 degrees, I have experience, I have a good resume, I have it all, and I'm still not able to find anything. And people ask me, like, what do you want to do? Like, what's your, like, dream career? What's your dream job? And honestly, I don't have one. I don't dream of working. I don't want to work. There's no career or job that I can think of that I would be like, yeah, I would love to do that every single day and spend more of my time there than in my home that I pay a crap ton of money for. Like, no, I don't dream of working. My dream life, my dream day is to wake up by the beach or some body of water and drink my coffee and read my book, then take an afternoon nap and then read my book inside and then have a nice dinner. That's my dream daily life. But I know in order to get there, I need some kind of money. And Monopoly money won't work. So that means I have to get a good paying job, but those are not available.
Well, maybe they should get married. These women need a husband. What I keep wondering is what the difference is between men and women in this situation. These people have cars, nice apartments, and all kinds of expenses. If you've been unemployed for months, who's paying for all of that? I know some of them are young and maybe their fathers are still helping them out financially. But others aren't so young anymore. They're grown women. That's why, as a father of daughters, you want them to get married. There are parents with daughters who are 23, 25, or even 30 years old who are still supporting them financially because they don't have a husband or a stable job. Some of them even end up having to move back home.
I have 2 master's degrees in law and I can't find a job. This is how bad the job market is right now. It's been like a year and a half since I graduated. I've sent like hundreds and hundreds of applications, and all I've gotten is rejections over rejections. At this point, I really don't even know what I'm gonna do with my life. I'm starting to regret even studying law because I feel like the market is so saturated that I've just lost my time and effort. I really didn't think that it was possible to get to this point.
Stop it. Get some help.
The problem is that women today are flooding the same career paths: office jobs, law, nursing, and medicine. We don't need another business administration degree. And artificial intelligence is starting to replace many of those positions. Women are competing intensely for the same jobs. On top of that, more companies seem to be leaning toward hiring men for some of these roles. The argument is that female employees can be more expensive because they often request more time off and may create additional workplace complications. Do you know how many harassment complaints and lawsuits companies have to deal with these days? Corporations and managers are taking precautions. Some don't want to be alone with female employees, while others have installed cameras throughout their offices. Whether that's fair or not, those concerns are influencing hiring decisions and affecting opportunities for many women in the job market.
I am not a girl's girl because every single time that I've had to quit a job, it's because some bitch can't stop terrorizing me. Like, it's never because I'm bad at my job. It's always because of some bitch. The way women treat each other in the workplace needs to be studied.
If I was a man, and I'm not a man, but if I was a man, I wouldn't hire a woman. I wouldn't do it. And I say it all the time, and I say that, and that is something that women need to consider when they're talking about this stuff. When you are saying that a man complimenting you and saying, I really like your outfit today, is a form of sexism. If you're a man, why hire a woman, right? So you fought all this time to be able to get into the workforce only to say these are going to be the rules. You know, if you say anything, even if you compliment me, if you look at me, anything, I'm going to have a reason to fight you. And by the way, you're going to want to settle and pay me because even just the stain of an accusation is enough to ruin men. So if you're a guy, right, in this society, in this Me Too environment, in this litigation rich environment of misogyny and sexism and all of these claims, what is the value add? What's the risk? You know, the benefit and the risk. I can't do the analysis and say, I'd just be like, no, I'm just not hiring anyone. Give me all the men.
A day in my life getting laid off at Google. So I woke up to this really ominous text from my boss, and I honestly had no idea what it was going to be about. So I called her the minute I woke up and saw this, and she told me to check the news and my email. So I rushed downstairs to find out that I had lost access to basically everything. I couldn't log into my email or even check my calendar. I called my boss back, and we just sobbed over the phone because she was also finding out about my layoff for the first time today too. I started getting calls from a bunch of my coworkers and started finding out who else was let go on my team and some neighboring teams as well. But I think the worst part is that it seems like no one was consulted on this decision and everyone was just finding out about the layoffs at the same time. It just felt like a really bad game of Russian roulette, and there was no consistency around who was let go. It was also not performance-based, so it just felt really random. I opened up LinkedIn, which honestly was not great for my mental health. There were so many people who were in the same boat that were both equally as shocked and blindsided, but it did help me feel a little less alone. Honestly, I spent so much of the day crying.
And as of today, then we are going to part ways.
I think I'm about to get fired. I've been having some issues with this company for quite a while. I couldn't come into the office today because I had a really bad migraine, and I told her, I can log on later if I'm feeling up to it. I just am not feeling good. Now all of a sudden she scheduled a discussion in 10 minutes on Google Meet, and I believe I'm getting fired. I hate working at this company, so it's not like I knew I was going to get fired eventually. They are not willing to work with my accommodation whatsoever. I have some mental issues that they are refusing to help with. Some of the things that they have said to me, I've just been full-blown disgusted with. I'm almost considering seeking legal advice because I really don't know what to do. Like, my heart's pounding. I'm so pissed. I'm totally getting fired. That's cool.
So does it mean that I shut this computer off and be done? Or am I expected to answer more emails after this?
Hi. Thanks for jumping on.
No problem.
So I'm actually here to inform you that today is your last day at Accommodations. We've determined that this is no longer a critical role for the company, and are eliminating the position. And we very much appreciate all the work that you've done during your time here. Your account will be shut down during the meeting and you will no longer have access to any owned systems. We do have some offboarding logistics to go over with you. And so I'm going to actually drop them the call now and hand it over to Danny from HR. So
we'll answer everything, the questions that you may have after the meeting. Is there anything that I can answer for you at the moment?
I honestly do not know. This is not planned or expected, so I honestly am very off base. So no, if once you send me the package, will that be the email to answer and like to ask any questions on?
Yes, and take your time. I know this is a lot.
It sucks. Not gonna lie, like really sucks because I talked to yesterday. So real. I know you don't hold any of the blame. Real.
I'm going to review the information that I sent over to you, and be happy to help in any way we can.
Okay. So does it mean that I shut this computer off and be done? Like, or am I expected to answer more emails after this? Like,
you have no more expectations.
Great. Love that for me. Thank you so much.
It's funny because it's true. The first woman has a point. I once had a female boss, and she was terrible. I'm not saying all women are like that, but in my experience, most of them are difficult to work with. In offices where women make up the majority, they often can't stand each other. I had a boss who used to say he preferred having both men and women on his team, because whenever there were more women than men in the office, there was always some kind of problem. More absences, more requests for time off, and when they're on their period, it's like they're all connected to the same phone network. Everyone's irritated and in a bad mood at the same time. That's why you see a lot of corporate men becoming reluctant to work closely with women. That's why it's getting harder for some women to move up the ladder. You see cameras in hallways and offices. You see managers avoiding closed-door one-on-one meetings with female employees, and even on business trips, some women are left out because those men don't want to get caught up in rumors or accusations. Women say they want the corporate lifestyle, but some would argue that they're helping destroy the very opportunities they praise so much, through false accusations and by labeling almost everything as harassment. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, here are a couple of questions for you. Do you think college degrees are still worth it, or have they become a trap for this generation? Do you know any overqualified women who can't find a job? What do you think they did wrong? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.